I secretly think of pushing everybody off into this pool, including the kids.
All right, so I guess my secret is that my dad isn't really my dad. I mean, he is actually. The secret actually is that he is my dad. He goes by another name, and on all registered documents, he's not registered as my dad, but he actually is my dad. So it's the opposite. It's that I actually know my dad.
So when I was in elementary school, I was at a sleepover with some of my girlfriends, and I accidentally stepped on my friend's speaker and broke it. And I knew that she would get more mad at me than the other girls, or like one of the other girls. So then I took the speaker while they weren't looking and hid it under a blanket so that the girl that she would get the least mad at would like jump off the bed directly onto the speaker. So, and that's exactly what happened, and she jumped onto it, and they heard a crunch, and they thought that she broke it. Instead of myself, didn't get mad at the girl, had a drama-free sleepover. She still doesn't know, but yeah.
So a while ago, I faked that I spoke English for like 3 months to a group of Americans down in Panama, but I actually wasn't understanding anything they were saying. I was just laughing the entire time at whatever they were saying, and then I actually was able to learn English. I was just saying like movie lines and laughing at whatever they were saying, but I had no clue what they were saying. And then I was able to understand and actually speak English, but that's how I learned it. It took me like 6 months to like sort of get the accent first, and then like I started learning grammar and all that complex stuff. But it all started like me faking that I was understanding. Like I would just stare at them and be like, yeah.
My secret is that I believe that I'll only be able to fall in love a certain amount of times. And I'm scared that when I fall in love and I find the right person, that I would have fallen in love too many times and that I won't have room for them.
So my biggest secret is that I was at the Route 91 Las Vegas mass shooting, and it forever changed my life for the better. And the reason why it changed my life for the better is because I don't take life for granted, and I live for me, and I live for those people, and I live for the survivors, all of us. Yeah.
I wrote a story about my mom. She was driving my car and she had an accident. So I needed to say that I was guilty so she couldn't go to jail. So I went to jail, and she doesn't know that I wrote it.
I was homeless for over a year and at one point lived on top of a bar.
Sometimes when I'm really mad with my husband, I regret marrying him. But then when I get not mad, then I'm really happy that I married him. And I feel like the luckiest woman alive.
So I was in Minnesota like 6 years ago, and I was chewing gum at the time. I ended up swallowing it since there was a thing of swallowing gum, but then I sneezed right after and it came out my nose. That's about it.
So like 2 years ago, I was driving around this neighborhood at night and I saw this cat in the road, and I guess in my mind I was like, there's no way I'm gonna run over this cat, obviously. But then I went on my phone to change the song, and I did kind of run over this cat, and I felt terrible. I went back and I tried to there was people that were around, they saw what happened, and I feel terrible about it. I'm never gonna go on my phone again, but I still feel really bad that I ran over it. And then I did kind of lie to everyone and say that it just ran out in front of my car so I wouldn't look like an asshole. Oh well.
Whenever I go to a Target, I steal at least 3 things, but I pay for one of them.
When I was a little girl, I once pooped in a cat's litter box. Yep.
Okay, so one day I was backing out of my driveway and I wasn't paying attention and I went right into my mom's car and I didn't really want to say anything about it because she gets kind of angry sometimes. So I just turned around and drove away. And about 3 days later, she asked if I knew what happened to her car. And, I told her, no, I don't really know what happened. She's like, well, maybe somebody just backed into it, like in the parking lot. I was like, you know what? That sounds really accurate. I think that's what happened. And then, to this day, I never, told her about it, and it's still kind of up. Wait, I don't think I'm supposed to say that. I'm sorry.
Okay, so about a year and a half ago, I started becoming really close with this girl, and I didn't know that I was a woman-loving woman at the time, so I didn't know that I liked her, but slowly that feeling perpetuated itself, but she had a boyfriend, so I didn't really do anything about it. And we got closer, and I'd just gotten out of a really friendship, so I was super wary with calling people my best friend. But she said at first, she was like, you're one of my best friends, and I said the same thing. And then 2 months later, she blocked me out of nowhere because of a political TikTok. And then she completely abandoned me, and so I'm have all that unresolved feelings for her, but not I can't do anything about it. So yeah, that's that's my secret, I guess, that I carried around for over a year, that I liked her. Yeah.
Hey everyone, quick announcement. I decided to make a separate channel for my podcast. It's going to be linked in the description. The new channel is called Hey Stranger, which, as you know, is the name of my podcast. If you enjoy watching the video versions to my podcast, make sure to subscribe on there. That would mean a lot. And then of course, you could still find the audio versions of my podcast on all the podcast platforms. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for everything. I love you all. I'm happy to be back, and I'll see you next week.